So, Amber, question for you. They always say that there's somebody out there who's watching you that, is your biggest fan that you don't even know of. Let's say, obviously you are like there's not very many, like you don't hear often of like women in managers in the rap industry. What would you say to a young woman who wants to get into it and is seeing what you're doing and wants to become the next Amber Romero?
I would say literally just do it. Like, I think people do this in general, but I think females, this is the biggest thing. Females wait until they're 95% or 100% ready or learned everything they feel like they need to learn, or 95% prepared to jump into something, versus males wait until they're about 75%, 80% prepared before they jump into something. And this isn't me bullshitting numbers. Like, there's studies on this. You guys can totally look this up. I would say to any female trying to get into this, literally just do it. Like, I promise you guys, I didn't know anything getting into this, like, at all. I didn't know the difference between an engineer and a producer. Like, I didn't know anything about anything. I would literally sit in studio sessions literally lost. But what I did was, and I still do this now, and this was something I did before I even was thrown into this industry, because I was thrown in, I swear. I always had a notebook with me, and I would just write everything down, literally everything. And I would always ask questions. And I think we have this fear of like sounding dumb when we ask certain questions. Like, the person who asks a question is only a fool for that moment. The person who doesn't ask the question is a fool for a lifetime. So it's like, ask whatever it is you ask to figure out what it is you need to figure out, and just get involved. Like, there's so many artists. There's so many, like, fuck just artists. If you want to get into the rap game specifically, there's so many rappers who need managers, and you can start off by doing the simplest things. A lot of these rappers don't know how to do the simplest things, and it's not because of whatever, like, they just don't want to. They have no interest in doing it. They want to focus on making music. They don't know how to do the simplest things, like setting up a business email, going on DistroKid and uploading a song, going on YouTube and uploading the video. Like, you can start off with the simplest things and work your way up to doing all management tasks, like booking events and stuff like that. None of it is rocket science. It's just like getting started. That's all it is.
What would be the best quality that somebody has to have outside of just starting? Like, what would be one quality that you think to be a good manager you need to have?
So it's one or the other. I would say organization or creativity. So in my case, I have like, Ivan is like the other side of me. So like, Ivan is the creative person and I'm the organized person. So it's rare that people are like really good at both. So our props to you. But I say you either need to be extremely organized or extremely creative, and then hire somebody or find somebody or hope that your artist picks up the slack on the other end. So in me and Q's case, Q's extremely creative and I'm really organized. So I would say those are probably like the biggest things.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Have you ever met an artist where you're just like, I can't manage you?
Yeah, 100%.
Could you give us details on that, or is it?
No, yeah, I can talk details. So the management piece of it is really like, there's a big personal aspect to it. Like Q and I literally through this, we became best friends. Like, and it was kind of just by accident, but it's because you end up spending so much time with this person, and you end up doing, like, you end up just being so involved in their life that like you actually have to like the person. Like, it's not like not like a McDonald's job where like your manager is just someone you see for a few hour shift, whatever, and you just go home and it is what it is. Like I need to be able to like trust that Q is gonna do everything I put on his to-do list, is gonna get it done. I need to be able to trust that he's gonna show up for shows, show up for sessions. I need to be able to trust that whatever Q has going on in his personal life isn't gonna affect business. And I need him to be able to trust that I'm gonna get shit done. So like, there's a big personal aspect to it. Like, if I don't like for your values as a person or feel like your loyalty is where it should be, I can't manage you. And I think everyone on my team can speak for the same thing. Like, we've definitely run into certain situations with people that we're like, nah, like, that ain't it. Like,
Right.
you're funny, you're moving weird, you're associated with certain people. Like reputation is everything in this industry, and I learned that early on. So it's like, you gotta be selective over like who it is you decide to manage. Like, don't just manage anybody just cause like, think about it now. Like, the people associated with 6ix9ine right now, like, they're associated with 6ix9ine. Like,
Forever. Yeah.
What, like, I'm sure some of that think that's some people think that's amazing. Some of them are probably like, this is the best thing I ever did for my career because he's blowing up now because of XYZ drama that's associated with his name. But like, that drama is now associated with your name. So yeah, there's definitely certain artists that I just can't manage.
Right.
Ninja Turtle and Master Splinter. That's what that is.
Oh my god. Yeah. We were gonna ask, like, because of what 6ix9ine is doing now that he got out of like prison and stuff, like, do you think it's worth the risk of representing him or like trying to like work a professional relationship with him, or do you think it's just not worth it?
I personally don't think it's, but I'm big money. Everyone on 6ix9ine's account, but like, do you want to be treated with someone who snitched for the rest of your life? I personally wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, to me, it's not worth it. So it all comes down to your personal values and like what your personal principles are. And like, for me, money isn't a top priority. Like, it's who the people that I have around me are.
So you've been on quite a bit of travels. What has been like your favorite place that you have gone, and you know why? Why is that?
Is this business, personal, any travel?
We'll start with business, then we'll go personal.
Business. Well, specifically for the music industry, most of our travel has been LA, Atlanta, or Miami. I'm a huge fan of LA from a business perspective. I love it from a networking perspective. I'm not the biggest fan of LA, like, on a personal perspective. I personally don't feel like I'd live there. I say that right now, and then a year from now, you guys, I might have to move there for business. But like,
why don't you like it on a personal level?
The people are just like, they just, everybody in LA to me is like capping. Like, everybody's lying about like, and everybody has a motive, and it's just like weird to me. Like, really, because I'm pretty transparent. Like, I'm an open book. I'm not one of those people who like fronts. Like, you won't catch me wearing designer if like I can't afford designer. Like I don't wear designer now. Like, if I can't buy something, if I don't have enough money to buy something 3 times, I'm not gonna buy it. Versus people in LA, like, you see people out there like with Louis bags, Louis this, Louis that, designer everything, but don't have enough money to pay their rent. Weird to me. That's really like, you guys are just living this front and living this lifestyle. So that's why I don't like LA on a personal side. But it's great for business. Made some of our best networks out there. Absolutely amazing. But yeah.
People need to act their wage.
Yeah.
Right. What about Atlanta and Miami?
Atlanta was really cool. I wish I would have spent more time in Atlanta on a business perspective. We went out there twice for business. And then I've been to Atlanta a few times on a personal side. Atlanta's really cool. I really want to tap into it on a business network more. I love how inexpensive everything is down there. I love how people seem more genuine down there than they do in LA. So I definitely want to that network more. It's something you and I had like planned anyways, and then legal battles came involved and all that. So, you know, we'll be back soon.
Carl got the Philly hat on, but
yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now. Yeah.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting the way you're talking about it, because my younger brother, he's trying to do kind of like the management with artists and stuff as well down here. So it's kind of very interesting, because I'm kind of the opposite. Like, he's kind of more of the creative side, not more the kind of objective one, kind of looking over stuff. So it's kind of dope, kind of just hearing you and your story on how to get into the business.
Yeah, Atlanta is very dope as well, because it's a lot of minority-owned businesses,
Right.
which makes it like, you automatically feel more comfortable. You walk into somewhere and you don't feel like no one's watching you. You know what I'm saying? Simple little details of things, And I've only been to Atlanta once, I think, but I went there for business as well. It's definitely a good look.
It's Black Hollywood.
Black Hollywood.
Black Hollywood. Mm-hmm.
And Miami. Thoughts on Miami?
Miami's cool. Miami's a party scene though. Like, and everyone on my team, they might tell you otherwise, but I actually really don't like the club. Like, I really don't like
You need to turn it up.
Everyone on my team is gonna laugh when they see this and tell you otherwise, whatever. But I actually really, really don't like the club. So Miami's just like, whatever. I'm a big beach person. When we went to Miami, I didn't get to go to the beach, so whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not too interested in like tapping into that market really. At some point, maybe down the line. But for right now, I think LA and Atlanta are really Atlanta, and New York are probably our biggest focus.
How's it being and like managing artists based out of Connecticut, and obviously the tri-state as a whole? Like, I'm from Florida, so like just chill with all that. I'm not Florida man, but
that's Florida man. Trust me.
But for us down here, seeing like the 3 states so close together, it's easy for y'all to get around. Do you guys, is it a conscientious thing to like, all right, we're gonna make moves in New York a little bit more? We're gonna try and break into Jersey a little bit, because I mean, obviously you guys have Connecticut. You're from Connecticut, the state. That's your home territory. But what's it like getting into like New York and Jersey?
So actually, interestingly enough, we don't tap into the Northeast as much as we should. When we started the label, we like kind of just took LA. So like if you go through Q's like followers and you go through his analytics, like most of his following is like LA based. So what our next step is to tap more into this network out here. So we're just waiting for like outside to open up so we can like get the ground running, like get into like DJs at the clubs and get back on the radio and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of like our next hill that we're waiting to get over.
So what's your favorite Q's or favorite song of Q's?
It's not released yet, but my favorite song is Sorry. From his songs that are released, my favorite song is Trap Star. And the reason it's my favorite song, we did the video. Q was on the run for like 3 days. We did the video like right before he had to like turn himself in. Like we did like 4 music videos that day, and like song came out crazy, music video came out crazy. So like I just like to me, the story like behind getting that whole thing executed and released is like crazy. Like I still can't believe we got it done. Like how did we shoot that many music videos that day? Like shout outs to Rook, CT, and so yeah, and I really like the visuals, and he's just like, that song's great. So yeah, definitely make sure you guys go check it out. It's on all platforms. Make sure you guys go watch the video on YouTube.
Plug that.
Yeah, go ahead. There was a question I had and I completely lost it. So I'm gonna leave the floor open to any of these guys while I try to remember.
I was gonna ask, is there anyone that like you would like not dream, but because like you got like thrown into the music industry and stuff, but like looking at just like different artists and stuff, who would you want to represent? Like any like big artists and stuff, like who would you like your dream, I guess, collab, I guess?
Nobody really. So like I actually am not that interested in representing big time artists right now. For me, story is really like what I enjoy the most. Like I wanna work with the small artists and make them big artists. Like I'm like damn, I really want to represent J. Cole, or like nah, because they already made it. Like you get what I'm saying? At that point you're just contributing to like a small part of their career versus Q. Like Q's I promise you guys, like I hope you guys record this so you guys can clip it out in 6 months once he makes it. Once Q blows, like that story is gonna mean a lot to me, because like I was part of that story. Like I helped make that happen. So I don't really have no interest in any big time artists, to be honest.
Are you big on speaking things into existence?
Yes, very, very big on that.
Yeah, the power of the tongue is a real thing. So what you say should be positive, and say your dreams out loud, and it's a real situation.
So if you're watching this in 6 months, remember that. It was called right here on Banter with the Brothers. We
Exclusive.
gave y'all the
Exclusive.
we
Got the drop.
gave y'all the exclusive. I wanted to ask you what the best piece of advice was that you have received, like along just your journey in life.
Best piece of advice. Wow, that's a tough one. Wow, that's a really, really tough one.
Well, Mama told me that.
Yeah, Mama told me this.
I think this wasn't per se something that was explicitly told to me, but more so something that was instilled to me by accident. And I think it's to never take no for an answer. And right now, there's never been more of a time in my life that has been more like prevalent. Like, people tell me all the time that I can't do half of the shit that I want to get done, and it always gets done. So that's why I think the never take no for an answer is probably the best of advice that I guess was instilled to like a really early age.
Well, before we get out of here, go ahead, plug the socials, plug your artist socials. Speak anything else you want to speak into existence out, because
I got one last question. I got one last question.
Go ahead.
I've been trying to make this Dominican lasagna, right? Now, I'm dead serious. No, hold on.
I know you are. I know.
Yeah, talking about food,
right? So, I'm vegan, right? So I'm obviously gonna have to like substitute the meat for something else. But would you want to give me a quick step on how to get this done? Like 2 minutes.
What Dominican lasagna are you trying to make?
I'm trying to make the lasagna like you guys make. You got the plantain and then like the meat and then the cheese.
Pastelón.
That's what it's called. All right, bet. See, I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean?
So what's your question? What recommendations do I have for you?
Yeah, like to make it, as authentic as I could get it.
So I would say make sure that the plantains are really, really, really ripe. Not super, super black, just really ripe.
Okay.
And then find a really good substitute for the cheese, because the meat, like if you're vegan, like I'm sure you'll find a good substitute for the meat, but the cheese is really what makes it for me. So I would say find a that's probably my biggest thing, is just the plantains. The plantains part of it is key. Pastelón is not easy to make, so just watch a lot of videos on it. Feel free to like hit me up after this if you need some help, because it's not.
Got you. Listen. Not bad in the kitchen, but I wanted to get it from a Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Yeah. When it's done, I'll ship you a piece. Don't worry. I think we're in the same city, so you get it quick.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can go ahead and plug what you're gonna.
Yeah, go ahead and plug this as a plug.
Well,
AB.
for sure, on Instagram, I'm Hey Amber, AMBAR, because my name is spelled in Spanish. Please get that correct. So Hey Amber with 3 R's. Be sure to follow my artist, YPQ. His name on Instagram is YP, the Ops, DAOPPS. Be sure to follow the rest of my management team, Kenny Jones, so Kenny Ox on Instagram, and Ivan Guadalupe. Can't remember his Instagram, but you guys will find him if you guys find me. Be sure to follow Gold Members and Oxygen Entertainment. You guys will find all of that as soon as you search it. And be sure to go listen to YPQ on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, all that. Run his streams up. And that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I'm going to hit it all in this description, so it's all going to be there. So.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you.
Carl, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask her, like, you ever seen Diddy when he's just like, go get me a cheesecake was the craziest request that like one of your artists has asked you to do that you had to end up doing?
What was one of the craziest requests I got?
Yeah.
I would say in the beginning, I used to get a lot of crazy requests, actually. I wouldn't say, I can't think one specifically that pops to mind, but I used to get a lot of, like, I'm hungry, like, what do we do? I need a bottle. Like, can you figure out where we get a bottle from? But little by little, I had no problem doing it at the end of the day because, I'm here to help the whole team. But little by little, I started letting people know, like, yo, put some respect on my name. Like, I'm not just...
Nah, I understand.
All three of y'all.
Food, so little by little, nothing super crazy. I would say probably the craziest thing I've ever done is this helping Q with all the legal battles and shit. I'm like, damn, this shit is complex. Like, bonding him. I've never done shit like that before in my life. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, so that's probably the craziest part of it is like, it's just a learning curve, being thrown into a world. And
that was a great question. Great answer. Thank you.
Paul said he gave a great question. Yeah,
great question, great answer. That's all good.
This has been Banter with the Brothers. We appreciate you, Amber. Always welcome us to come back. Anytime any of your artists or you have any new information you want to plug, feel free. The door is always open with us. So appreciate you coming on the show. We hope to see you soon. And this has been Banter with the Brothers.
Thank you guys.